Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Caterpillar Radio on Belly Media.
Belly!
Today I got some of my good friends with me, the Boyz.
What's up?
Shout out to C.O.D.E,
Coach
Shawnee, and this is their producer, Facts Only.
Let's get it.
Follow them all on Instagram, of course.
The man.
But they are some very young entrepreneurs, well, rappers, entrepreneurs, both pretty much the same thing nowadays.
Bosses.
But they're definitely making it. They're making a big name for themselves within the state of Delaware right now.
Definitely.
And I just want to give you guys your props, especially not only because you're some of my good friends, which you guys are, but I like your music. You know what I'm saying? It's like I told Sean after you guys' first performance, it was like it was pretty much like I envisioned myself as a rapper, and I would be you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the type of style and everything that you guys bring, and the fact that you guys are like actually not trying to be like all the other rappers. That's the big thing.
Be yourself.
Exactly. And you guys are always yourselves, and I appreciate that.
Appreciate that, bro.
No problem.
Appreciate that.
So tell me, what is your guys' like inspiration behind doing what you do?
I say my inspiration comes from the fact that I love music, and I kind of always saw myself making music, and like I've always been writing raps, and just like always been big about music and always been passionate about it. So I never wanted to not make music. Yeah. So
I mean, from my standpoint, I just been always interested in, you know what I mean, just having an outlet and having like art. Like everybody has an art.
yeah,
No matter what you do,
Yeah, it's
you always have like a hobby, like what you like to do. Mine is music. I just happen to, you know what I mean, practice a lot to rap.
That's
That's
awesome.
Practice a lot.
So how often do you guys think you spend each day rapping?
I spend all day. I just be freestyling in the mirror. Like if you ask my girlfriend, like she'll tell you, I just be walking around rapping. Eating breakfast, right?
I think
Doing all crazy shit.
like within each hour of the day, like I feel like I always have a song stuck in my head all day, but like I feel that side, cause like I'm just walking around my house just freestyling myself. I'll see some shit.
Whether even if it's our song, I just be
yeah.
So
Anything that's
So I mean, obviously you guys have crazy ambitions within the musical industry, and of course it's always on your mind.
Yeah.
What were your first steps to take towards, chasing your dream? Because there's so many kids out there, so many people regardless that wish that they could be in your guys' position.
Yeah.
Or have the talent, or have the connections, have everything.
Yeah.
What was the first step that you guys took to solidify, like, all right, like, this is code. Like, we're actually gonna do this.
As soon as he told me to start rapping,
Which was when?
Probably last
year.
Probably last year or
A couple
so.
months ago.
What were
We
you
really
guys,
started taking this a couple months ago.
what were you guys doing?
Well, he was rapping. Like,
Well, I started recording music and just making music at studios in Wilmington, and fucking Size just always been my boy. So like I was like, cause we had this business model that we wanted to just have like an entrepreneurship, like just have our own like kind of like put shows together, but it was for other artists. Like we weren't rapping at the time. Then I started rapping, and I hit you with the idea like, bro, we're doing business. We might as well just make music.
start getting in the booth. Like,
Just get in the booth.
I was just like, fuck. We was just like, yo, let's do it. But I went to the studio a couple of times with him just to like, while he was rapping. And I was in Wilmington. That was near Hercules building. I just seen you rapping, and one day like, I just got on the mic. We made Dreamin' and
I
Rage
forgot about that.
that night.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about that experience. Was it like,
It was fun. I got videos. I'm gonna send it to you.
once you guys did it, did you feel that connection? You're just like, yo, like, this is what we have to do.
That's a new sound. It's fun. We ain't talking crazy. We ain't talking about doing drugs and like shooting people. We just having fun, like putting words together on a fun beat.
So if you guys
Facts
could,
beats only.
facts only.
Facts only.
Shout out to the producer, Facts Only.
So if you could put your message into a 30-second pitch, what would your message be that your like overall message that you want to have to the public? Like always.
About music or just anything?
Within your music.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't care about other people's opinions. Be yourself.
Fact.
Have fun.
Fact.
If you have a dream, do it as early as you can. Like, don't like keep putting it back. Like talking about like I'm gonna do it like next month and I'm gonna work on it when I get time. I don't have time right now. If you really want to do something, you know what I mean? Find the time to do it.
That's solid advice.
Solid.
Yeah. With anything in life,
For real, anything. Dreams,
anything
anything.
and everything.
Goals.
I'd say the same thing. Just be yourself. Be yourself and don't let anybody who doesn't understand what you're trying to do influence you negatively.
Definitely.
Keep a positive mindset.
Definitely.
Know who you are and what you're trying to do, and get help with that. But don't let somebody try to sway you from what you really want to do. Be yourself. Don't try to be anything you're not.
People's opinions are worthless.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes.
Yeah.
Everyone has one.
Everybody has one.
So
You
that
can't
facts.
please everybody, for real.
This is put that down. Definitely learned that. So tell me, what would be your message that you want to have to the public within your producing skills and your beats? Because
Producing wise,
I mean, every producer has a different style. You know.
yeah. I feel like good advice for producers, because I was once like,
Well,
I'm
not
still
really-
on the come up.
Not really advice, but like, what would your message be?
Message.
Like what's your reasoning behind it? Is it like, to inspire people around you, or is it to like promote a certain lifestyle?
Right. It's everything. It's a combination of things. Cause like, I feel like you should be professional. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's a good message. I feel like it's a huge message for people that's like really want to do this. The love for it, but you have to be professional. Cause like, if you want to make it, make it. You're not gonna be able to walk up to like somebody at Atlantic Records or somebody like with a huge label or somebody be like, yo, want some beats, blah, blah, blah. That shit don't work anymore. Like, do you want beats? No, that shit. The only last people to do that shit was like,
You can't even beg for a deal.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Is it on
yeah.
SoundCloud?
Like,
Yeah,
you got already
something.
have it popping. That's what we're not worried about that. We're worried about just getting our own shit popping.
Exactly.
So then, what would be the next step for you guys to get it popping?
Our next step is dropping our tape. That should drop pretty soon.
Is that a free or a paid tape?
It's gonna be fair.
Okay.
Free tape.
How many songs are gonna be on it about?
It's about 8.
8 songs.
But they like, it's a crazy sound. Like, you haven't heard it before.
Yeah.
You haven't heard. We got like trap, hard beats. We got pop. Like, it's weird how we mix it up. But like, it
It's
blends
hip
perfect.
hop, it's rap, it's pop, it's a lot of different shit.
Yeah, we touch on a lot of
different people,
subjects.
you know.
Okay. Well, that's dope. Do you guys have a favorite song on it?
Mine's is $1 Million Dreams. That's the one where like we just talking about like the question of the song is like, what would you do if you had $1 million? And we just both go back.
That sounds pretty cool.
Stuff
Yeah.
we do. It's dope.
That sounds like an awesome song. Well, I can't wait to hear that one for sure. Wait, well, you didn't tell me what your favorite song is.
My favorite song, I don't know. I think Medicine. I think Medicine is probably my favorite song. Medicine is definitely my favorite song.
Medicine is a love banger, bro.
That joint won't rank.
That's gonna go crazy without a doubt.
Do you guys have a name for the
Yeah, we just got the new name today. Like we just,
if you don't mind sharing it,
it's gonna be over the weekend.
over the
It's,
weekend?
like the song name just goes through like the whole week and the weekend. It's gonna be dope.
And so when do you want this all to be finished and published? That way, people can know.
Right now, like the cover's being done, and then also just going through like the specifics on how we're going to release it, how we're just gonna, promote it, what's the moves, because we just don't want to put out a project and just like let it sit and let it just, we really want to push it and get out there. So we just, of course, calculating the moves, and then once we get all that done, then that's when we'll drop it. But it's probably gonna happen like before December 1st.
Before December 1st.
Before December 1st.
Well, maybe some people can have some nice Christmas music.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta Walmart table for Christmas.
Definitely a Christmas.
You think you could
Gifted to people for Christmas.
you think you could compete with Mariah Carey's
Free.
Christmas album?
What'd you say?
I said you think you could compete with Mariah Carey's Christmas album?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Because I'll be listening to a lot of All I Want for Christmas.
It's a different vibe than the Mariah Carey Christmas album.
That's with your family. That's the Christmas time with your family. And then like Christmas night when you party. That's us. That's
the night before.
When you're
night
drunk,
before, yeah.
dog and shit, all the Christmas spirits, you know. That's when you gotta listen to it.
Alright.
For real. When you don't want to talk to your family because they asking like crazy questions like who you gonna marry?
Yeah.
Like how your life going? What are you going
Gotta
to
have that in the background. That's
For real. Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta be
medicine in the
like
background.
cold boys, medicine,
Yeah.
bang.
So what you grab for?
Ain't nobody. Honestly, I'm going home.
Nobody, grandma. That's what I'm saying.
Like, how are you? It's a podcast, right?
Huh?
It's a podcast, right? We can talk about anything.
Podcast, YouTube.
What's our favorite football squad? That's what I wanted
Eagles.
to-
Eagles.
I wanted to argue some sports.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Why?
Because screw the Eagles. Like I said, you guys been
Are you
doing good.
Are you from the tri-state?
I'm from. I was born in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I moved to Jersey.
Okay.
Lived in Jersey. Lived in Philly.
That's what's
Then
up.
finally moved to Delaware.
That's what's up.
This is where I lay.
How you like Delaware out of all of them?
How'd you end up in Delaware?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so now the interview turns to interview.
Yeah.
What's up, people? We got
Media trained. Interviewer if you want to ask no more questions.
So I got here because my parents had me dumb young. My dad was 18, my mom was 16.
Okay.
After we left Brooklyn, which was like immediately, we lived in Jersey because my grandparents were living in Jersey. Lived in Freehold, Jersey.
Okay.
We stayed there for about 2 years. My dad was he worked at Foot Locker and he was like a security guard at Six Flags. Some bullshit.
Yeah.
While my mom was still going through school because she went to boarding school. And then she went to Temple after that. But once we left Jersey, which we only stayed there for like 2 years, went to Northeast Philly. You know where like Franklin Mills Mall is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lived right next to there, right on the Amtrak station.
Okay.
So we lived there for about like 7-8 years. Then, well, my dad became a cop there. So that was his first like big job.
Yeah.
Then he started working with DEA and everything. And then he got a job with Newcastle County up here in Delaware. So we moved to Delaware.
Oh, okay.
Do you like Delaware out of all of them?
It has its ups and downs. I spent like my whole life living here
Yeah.
up to like the past like 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
hating Delaware and being like, oh, this place is the worst, this place sucks, this place blah, 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 because I lived in the middle of fucking nowhere. I lived in Smyrna.
Yeah.
So like going from
That's
New York, Jersey, Philly to the middle of nowhere when every white person thinks that I'm a Mexican and when I'm Puerto Rican and everyone is racist as hell and is rocking Confederate flags.
Nah, stop racism.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop racism. 2017.
So it was a culture shock, bro. It sucked. So that's why I resented the move to Delaware. But now that I'm a little bit older, now that like I went to boarding school in Virginia,
Yeah.
which was way more hick than Delaware. It gave me different perspectives because life is all about perspectives. It's all about how you view things through someone else's lenses, or through different lenses. Like you could be a super rich person and you're fucking chain breaks and you're like, oh my god, this is the worst fucking thing in the world. But there's a kid in Africa who would fucking die for a piece of bread and would think you're holding Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different perspectives that you have to live off of. And like, I mean, the states that I live in, that I've seen super hick, I've seen super ghetto.
Yeah.
I've seen super rich, seen super poor.
Yeah.
And I've seen a mixture of all of those within different environments.
Definitely.
So it's like,
Spit fast.
it gets crazy when like you're around a certain environment that's so closed-minded and narrow-minded.
It's so hard to like. It's so hard to just be in there because like.
Yeah.
people don't understand you, people don't want to understand you, people don't give a fuck about trying to understand your perspective.
Exactly, and that's why I hated Smyrna. But like I said, now that I'm older and I understand all those different dynamics, I could go back to Smyrna. I'm like, you know what, it's not that bad here. You know what I mean? Like, it has its perks and benefits. Of course, I wouldn't be like, if I had the option to live in Brooklyn or Smyrna, of course I go with Brooklyn. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible. You know, and Delaware as a whole has some good features. I've never been in a state where in such small distance you can go from both extremes. You know, like where I've lived.
Be in Wilmington 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Ride 2 blocks.
You're in some hectic stuff on the east side.
For real.
But then if you go down to Smyrna, like I've seen KKK rallies out there when I've been driving around.
Yeah.
So like
Stop racism 2017.
Fuck
That's
that.
a meme right there.
right?
Yes.
So just in 40 minutes of driving, it's like, damn, yo, this is reality.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of racist shit in Delaware.
Yeah.
Serious.
Not even in
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere is racism.
But I guess that's
It
that's
infiltrates.
my background.
That's interesting.
Appreciate that, bro.
Nah,
Like I owe you like a background check.
Well, tell me,
There's something facts. Tell these people who is facts on.
Facts only.
Big Mill. Like, that's the only credit I gotta say right now.
And I'm done. That's it. Meek. So,
Cardi, yeah.
nah, that shit's gonna be fire, man. Like, I can't wait for that to drop. But facts only. I mean, it's the only child. Mother and father still there. Shout out my mom. Shout out my dad. They real. Born in Chester. Stayed there for like 8, 9 years. Moved back. Yeah, moved to DE because they didn't want me in that mess. It's getting even worse in Chester. That's a whole different conversation.
I know. It's getting wild out
It's
there.
getting wild. But yeah, so we moved out here. Moved down. I can't tell you where I live. I'm gonna be a little famous.
Yeah, you famous.
Let's disclose this
I don't want to be
Famous now, fat.
The ladies know where you live.
I was like, it's facts only on. Nah, but like, yeah.
As much as that'd be cool, it would suck.
Yes. I mean, that's just not even necessary. But yeah, so I've just been living here since 2003, 2004. No, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I went to a lot of private schools. Like a lot of people don't think that. I went to Red Lion when I was like elementary up to like 7th grade. Then I went to like I went to DMA, Delaware Military Academy, and that shit just wasn't for me, like at all. Like that just, it wasn't what I wanted to do. And like a lot of people that went to DMA, they go straight to the military. You know what I mean? And
Shout out to Darren.
yeah, shout out Darian, bro.
He linked us. He linked us. That's a different
Yeah, that's
story.
a different story. But
That's a long ass.
yeah, fact. Yeah, when I came out of high school, I just knew something wasn't right. Like I was just like, I could just get a regular job and just live regular life. My people's, like, no offense to my people's, I mean, but they had to live like that because when I came out, exactly. You know what I mean? They had it, you know what I mean? They had to do that.
Time to survive. It's time to accept.
Now it's-
We gotta eat now.
Literally, they had a kid.
We're not rationing no more.
Yeah, they wasn't even ready. They wasn't even ready for me, so that's something they had to do. But I'm young.
You knew you had to be
I
more.
knew I had to just, you know what I mean? They always say that you want to be better than your mom, you want to be better than your dad. I'm going to be better if I'm going to just go into the military. That's not better. And that's not me. So I was like, my parents made music all their life, so I just grew up with the music. And the music was
that's
just
a
great.
huge influence on you.
Bro, I started seriously when I was like 18. Started working with Graham when I was 19. Got a placement with me when I was 20, bro. 3 years. Like, that's huge. So that's how I knew. Meek Mill.
Oh, wait, you're living with him?
Who?
You said that you got a place with me.
Placement. Oh.
I was like, wait,
what the fuck? That's wild. 3 years?
I was like, wait.
Nah,
You living with me right
now
now?
placement. That means you get placed with an artist. And you get something you get a credit. But yeah, but that's how I knew it was real though.
That's dope.
That is dope.
Nah, I knew it was real as soon as I like left high school.
And so now, how many years has it been?
Now
since
he's
you've been
famous.
a
Now he's
producer?
famous, Mike.
A producer?
Yeah, or
A
just
year.
been working with music. Period. How long has it been?
Like a year and a half. This is one artist I work with. Shout out to him. His name was Timmy III. He changed his name around, but Buddha Marquis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddha Marquis was the reason why Brand actually was fucking with my music. It was a song, it's called Gas. And when he released that, Brand heard it. It was like, yo, this shit is ridiculous. So he hit me on Twitter one day. It was like, yo, it's trying to work, basically because of Buddha. So he goes by C. the Morn right now. C.S.E.E. the Morn. M-O-R-N. He's hot, yo. Like in my opinion, he's hot. Like he's like near them, but he doesn't have the stage. He doesn't have the. What's the word for it? Platform. You know what I mean? He don't have that boost.
We trying to grow our platform.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Always grow your platform.
So
And it's hard in Delaware.
It's hard to
It's not.
Making it work.
It's not a state where there's a lot of opportunity. You have to create the opportunity.
Exactly.
But if you
Yeah.
can create opportunity
It'll
in this
be
state,
golden.
then you can create opportunity
Anywhere.
Yeah,
That's
to
what I'm
be
saying.
honest.
So,
We're
so where
trying-
do you
we're trying
see yourselves as a group in like 3 years?
As famous as facts only.
Famous is Cold Boys.
He gonna be famous. He gonna be famous.
Nah, they gonna.
So is that the main goal? Is the fame, or
No, it's not the fame. It's about having an impact, having your music heard by a lot of people. So if that's happening, a lot of people are
I'm
like
happy.
listening to like what
I'm
I'm
happy.
saying.
That's my
my
favorite.
The aspiration
It's
is
just like
the aspiration is not to be famous. Like
I
that's
feel like
that's just
I feel
what-
like
that's
people
just what
think
comes.
it's not being famous because all the bad shit that come with it.
Yeah.
But like actually being famed and having like my music heard by a lot of my masses,
That's beautiful.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, the aspiration is that everyone gets to be able to hear the art we're trying to make.
Right.
And if that can touch one person and make them feel something, then that's a job well done. Because that's what music is all about, you know. And the fame is just the platform that comes with it.
That's
to-
how I
to
look at
express
fame. That's how I look at fame. And we see, like, if I have like, not even like 1 million people, just like 500,000 people listen to my music and fucking with this shit. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Like, 100,000.
it's just supporters.
Yeah,
It's
like,
supporters. It's not.
That's my famous. Like,
what if you had 200, but they were all super like they followed every single
That's
like
what
movement?
you said 200?
Yeah.
I would like that.
yeah, but at some point you want to, you know what I mean?
So you
For
would
the
be
start?
satisfied with it?
Of no, but you don't feel like.
Okay.
You never ever satisfied. You just like happy you got your goal, and now it's time to set another goal. Like, you can never just sit back and be happy. Like just satisfied. Like nah.
And that was my goal. I'm like, all right, 18, 19, 20. I said 18, I'm gonna start taking this shit serious. 19, I'm gonna have to get something, somebody like at that level. I said by 20 years old, I'm gonna have something with me, and God is my witness, bro. Like,
Shit happen.
and you just gotta set the goal. You put it in the atmosphere, like this is what's gonna happen. By
Like,
21,
keep saying it though.
this.
Like you gotta keep saying it.
Like, you said
you know what I mean?
3 years. I see myself getting a Grammy in 3 years, bro. I see
Yeah.
myself getting a Grammy in 2 years.
I mean, yeah, that's how you gotta shoot it.
But that's like something that people be like, yo, he's fucking tripping.
It's because they scared, fast.
That's
So
what it is.
the people whose minds can, or the people who think that they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, so if you're crazy enough to think that you can win a Grammy, then you can, because you're going to tell yourself over and over
And
again.
this is
You're going to
normal.
give yourself
This
that
is normal.
confidence.
Like,
Think
this is
it-
you're gonna
normal.
work
This is
towards
normal.
it.
This is normal.
Think it to existence.
Exactly.
Think it till it becomes a real existing thing.
That's
And
a
never,
sweet fact.
That's a
never
sweet-
stop. Just do
that's
that
a
shit.
That's a
Facts.
That's a life.
life
That's a
changing
life.
statement.
Nah, but I'm
Like,
saying
guys,
I'm trying to be. as
You need to start
facts
tweeting for
only.
Donald Trump.
Huh?
You need to start tweeting for Donald Trump.
He is.
I'm not going
That
anywhere.
was-
Facts, how famous are you?
I'm not going
How
anywhere
famous
near
am I?
Donald
Yeah.
Trump.
Really famous.
Not even.
And they can't put you on Wild 9, and you're like, how famous are
I would say,
Oh
I'm
man.
not famous at all.
Yes,
You know what I mean? I might be known, you know what I mean? People might know my name, but like, I feel like people will know my name, that's when I'll be famous. And then when certain people start to realize the music,
People you don't even really, you know what I mean? No.
it's like, wow.
Like when somebody comes up to you, that I feel like that's the mark. Of
And
like,
people
oh,
do
shit,
that too,
people know
though.
me.
Yeah, people do that.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
you're
it's just
somewhere-
nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's
people
nowhere.
don't do that.
And
Man.
that's
I want to
the
be.
But that's the good thing
I
about
want to be facts. Like people don't do that to me.
Yeah.
I want with me and my girl. We
Sit
go to
down.
the movies,
Sit
come
down.
back. Facts will go. If I was a facts walker down Main
Everybody
Street,
real shit like
30 people will go up there, go up to facts and be like, "Yo, facts, what's up? Can I get a beat?" And facts like, "Yeah, I got you. You want to see right now?" Not even do it.
Sight.
Nah.
No, we're not on that cocky
I don't fuck with your vision.
Listen,
Nah, this is us on the podcast.
yeah, I'm about to tell that
funny
story.
shit.
I'm
This
about
the
to tell that
funny
story that we talked about and how I got linked with them, bro.
No, you're not.
Bro, I was like 18, 19.
This is all fabricated.
It's bad.
Some of it.
I was like
I'm gonna tell you
18,
everything that's fabricated.
18, 19, right?
Okay.
I already knew about Co.D.E growing up in high school, you know what I mean? They was already getting me, like that shit. I already knew, like, they was hot, they was popping. I knew this black boy and this white boy. I didn't know who they were. But they
Once
always
upon a time.
had a hit. Always had a hit. They made their energy.
You're lying.
I fuck with their energy. Listen, their energy was just like, I mean, they not normal Delawareans, bro. They not normal people. They're like people that like,
We're aliens.
yeah, basically
Nah, honestly.
aliens in Delaware, bro. Cause like
Stranger Things,
Why-
shout out to Wifey, putting me on Stranger Things. That's the best show on
I think I watched
Netflix.
that.
Shout out to wifey.
I think I watched that. Fuck it, shout out
We all cuffed up here, bros. It's cuffing now, like we cuffing and we treating girls. with
Listen,
respect.
it's a hookup society we're in right now. You know,
Like let's
people don't want to
cuff up
love anymore.
and let's work on.
We need the love.
There needs to
We
be
need
more
the
love.
Spread love.
Stop fucking everything you see.
My fault, bro. My fault.
Hey, we got sidetrack. All right, come on, facts.
Damn. Listen.
Hit it, buddy.
I don't even know where I was at. God damn it.
There was always so energetic.
They're in the middle of a folk to
So energetic.
Oh yeah, so I
Very
mean, I knew they were popping. They weren't normal people. You know what I mean? They definitely did some different shit. They, as far as the parties and like people knowing them, are you going to this? Going to what? Cold boys, the cold party. That's all they said. The cold party.
Cool parties.
How long ago was this?
Like
We started doing this last
Yeah.
year. I mean, no, not 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2
When I was a senior in high school.
2 years
That's
ago.
when we really started doing. We did it like.
No, you were
That summer.
You were rapping in high school?
Hell no, I didn't start rapping till like seriously like April.
Okay, that's what I
April
thought.
2017. I just started like
Okay.
parties and just doing fun shit. Yeah,
Always.
always. Just cause like in Delaware it was dry.
But you
Well,
came-
you were always trying to have like just something that everyone could go to. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and it
saying.
was never on
It was-
some hating shit.
was like-
you can't go. You
Like
can't
I never made anything like where it's like like where somebody has to ask you like yo like can I come? Like that's corny. Like I want everybody to go and like feel like
like
they're allowed. Like
Yeah.
nobody likes going to a party and being like damn like am I gonna get in? Like
How can you have a party but like you don't want
people there? Like you throw a party but you don't want people there. Like you want
You gotta
6
at least
people
charge.
there.
It was weird.
Don't
I get it. Like,
Don't even say it's a party. Just
Bro, I'm trying
invite
to
your
tell you,
friends. Like,
I was on the outside, bro.
no, you weren't because you was
Listen,
left.
this is too perspective.
Lunch, hobby, hot, right, flying. Whoa.
Running out of battery.
That shit not hitting like you want to know it
It
is.
was unknown.
I love that. I love the producing games.
See, I'm on that way. I want to be a DJ.
That's our goal. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. We gonna be on Firefly.
So how are we gonna make it happen? How are we gonna get you guys on
I'm not
Firefly?
even gonna
Because I
tell
would
you.
love to see.
I'm not even gonna tell you because
Okay,
and
okay.
everybody.
That's fair enough. That's fair
So,
enough.
nah, bro. That's we just be saying stuff. Whatever we say from sure.
Yeah, I was just looking on my Twitter today, like, I just looked typing in, like, DJ, and I was just looking at a tweet from 2015, I was like, I'm just
I got one. I got one for that shit. Like, I want to be a rapper.
Bro, and I was like, man, that's crazy.
We gotta call that PMM, positive mental mindsets.
That's dope.
Hashtag Mike, you dope, man.
No, because when you're positive, you can think it to existence.
That's crazy. You can think of some shit like years ago. You never think like.
As long as you're positive.
Wait, what Henry Ford said, if whether you think you can or you can't, you're normally right. So if you tell yourself you can't do something, you're right. You're not going to do it because you're telling yourself you can't. But if you're constantly like, oh, I can do this. This is easy. You have the confidence. You're going to be able to do it. It's
Even if you have to lie to yourself.
exactly. I
Even
mean,
if you have to lie to
they
yourself.
say fake it till you make it, quote unquote. But I mean, it's not really fake it till you. Like you guys aren't faking it till you. You guys are actually making real songs. You're making real beats. You're making, you know what I'm saying? You're making real connections. You're altering your mindset in order for you to think a little bit differently, as if you're in that position already.
Right.
So that way you can ultimately become in that position.
Right.
You know, because you're never going to become a billionaire thinking like a thousandaire.
True.
You have to have, like, the business mindset about that shit.
And if you don't, you find somebody that do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
connection.
That's a
It's like especially for music, for like anything kind of in big media these days, if you're not gonna do it, there's tens of thousands of people that are willing to take your place and do it. So
Teamwork make the dream work.
you have to have that one
Like,
thing that
network
sets
is
you apart.
build, but like you can't really build with somebody on some like not trying to like his drive don't match your drive. Like if the drive matches perfect, but like if y'all match up and like you out working, like you gonna feel some type of way. You just gonna feel like you holding me back. I don't need to do somebody else that's working harder to be able to work as much as I am.
Without a doubt. Like I said, teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.